welcome to the Norm spinoff hyperbolic review. We're here to do reviews on animes, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis. You know, your brother from another mother was good. Welcome back to the hyperbolic spinoff review. And on this review, we're going to dive into a new world of Isekai.
Another world.
Well, it's new. It's another world.
Yeah. They say it a bunch of times in this damn
yeah,
fucking
they
anime.
want to make sure that we are aware of what Isekai is.
Everybody.
And what better than to have the best squad in the world, Suicide Squad.
Yes, man.
Suicide Squad is jumping into a whole new world. So as this recording, there's only 3 episodes on Max.
Yeah. Or Hulu.
For this new, or Hulu, for this new anime by DC. So go ahead, Xavier.
So YouTube exclusive. We're gonna do a review. For people who have been rocking with us, they know the deal. But for you newcomers, we're gonna do the trailer, non-spoilers. Just talk about the, not for too much. Then we're gonna go into our ranking system where we rank it.
Yes.
Human, grade ape, Saiyan, and then we'll back it up in spoilers. So let's go ahead.
Let's jump right in.
Oh, time codes below. So Suicide Squad Isekai. So it was actually announced by DC almost a full year ago, last year, July.
We probably talked about this in our previous podcast. Maybe we talked about it on one of our unreleased podcasts.
Yeah, so we definitely talk more about it on that Isekai podcast. Definitely a year ago, last year, when they announced it. This is something that we reported on our podcast.
Yes.
So it's produced by Wit Studio and presented by Warner Brothers Japan. So Wit Studio is fucking crushing it right now.
Yes, they are.
I know we talked with Snail about like the things that they're doing in video games and anime, but like with her favorite game, Persona, doing this, they're definitely branching out. And it's currently, like you said, streaming on Max and Hulu, and they dropped 3 episodes all at once. They kind of did the same thing with The Boys.
They dropped 3 episodes,
3 episodes,
and then
an
episode weekly.
Yeah, so I think that's the way to go. Or I kind of liked it because then it gave me a lot to binge, and then I will be able to keep up with it week to week. But usually, if they had only dropped 1 episode, I might wait for it to build anyways.
That's true.
I think this was very, very smart. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the trailer, bro. So, Lewis, what do you remember from the trailer?
So from the trailer, we get to meet some of the new characters and old returning characters to the Suicide Squad, such as Harley Quinn. We do get a design of the new Joker.
Yeah, so what do you think about the design?
I kind of like it. I fucks with it. Yeah. Same thing with Harley Quinn is, and I like the animation.
Do you?
Yes.
You
didn't like it?
I didn't dislike it. I gave it a pass, and I feel like, I go back and forth with all this. So it is. They do dip into the CGI element of it.
Yes, they do.
Like a lot. But I don't know. It made me think that maybe I should give Chainsaw Man another try. Like a fucking 3rd or 4th try. But I liked it. Like I like the 2D element of it better. And if it was 2D all the way. But I don't know. This was definitely better than that Ninja Batman anime. Because they go into 3D. But then it looks kind of like
Samurai Batman.
Yeah.
That we're talking about with the Joker.
Yeah.
I love that one too, bro.
I liked it, but the animation style was kind of like weird to me. And this one does kind of like go into the 3D. But I don't know. They do it very, very nice. Very well.
No, I liked it, man. So, of course, you get to meet some of the characters. Like I said, Harley Quinn, the Joker, Deadshot, Shark King, Clayface. The trailer just basically, keeps announcing and reinforcing the whole Isekai thing. So them jumping into new world. We get to see the new world that they're in, which has dragons, orcs, werewolves, and stuff like that in the anime. In the trailer. But the only thing that I could not get a sense of the trailer was the direction that it's going. So it seems there's going to be a lot of fighting. For sure. That was for sure in the trailer. It's a lot of fighting, but I did not get the gist of like where the story is going. Like, are they fighting to get out? I'm presuming out of that world. Are they fighting for a cause in there? So it didn't really pinpoint to me. I don't know if maybe you got a better gist of that, like where the story might be heading.
I mean, sometimes,
or what the story might be about, besides them just going into a whole new world.
I think that's what it is. I think that's
what it is, right? Like that's the main focus.
It's assumed that there's going to be another story that they might change. They're either getting somewhere, or getting back. I'm sure they were sent into this Isekai
Yeah.
But the trailer did make it look like it was an accident. But no, it's definitely a lot of flash.
A lot of flash, a lot of fighting, and a lot of just like, I guess, wit trying to show like, we can do this. We can do this anime.
Hey, man, I mean, they attempted it.
Let's jump right into the rankings, bro.
All right, to the rankings. So just again, human, worst of the worst, grade 8, middle of the mid, Saiyan, creme de la creme.
Correct. And this is just based off the first 3 episodes.
First 3 episodes, yeah.
So there is officially going to be, 10 episodes, I think?
10 episodes total, and then releasing weekly. So after 7 more weeks, I think into August.
Into August, yes.
So we will be doing a follow-up review at the end of the season, but...
So you guys are aware, this is a part 1 out of 2. So this is just based off what we thought on the first 3 episodes, and this will be leading on to part 2. So our ranking might change. Well,
let's go into it, bro.
All right, let's go into it.
1, 2, 3, and then go. Then after go. You want me to do the countdown this time?
Go ahead, bro. Do the countdown.
Sometimes Lewis does the countdown, and then sometimes, I don't know.
Go for it.
One of us messes it up. So, all right. So 1, 2, 3, go.
Grade 8.
Whoa, great ape.
That's you just saying you felt a little wonky with the whole 2D, 3D animation.
I did, but I
CGI.
I settled into it.
You settled into it?
Yeah, very easily.
Oh,
very quickly.
okay.
As soon as I saw the pig men, I was like, okay, they look very different. So maybe
the orcs.
Okay,
yeah. Okay. So you said like pig man.
They kind of look like pigs.
Well, they are. That's what an orc is, right?
I guess it's like a man bear pig.
Yeah. All right. Continue, bro. So once you saw it,
once I settled into it, once they got into the new world and the contrast of how different they looked, because even like the magic had its own like animation style that was 3D.
Yeah.
I liked it, and that they are kind of like merging together as well. So I don't know, Saiyan, it was good.
You had a good time with it?
I had an amazing time with this. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. You had hit me up. I knew because we, like I said earlier, we did know that it was coming out, and I was planning on watching it, but just like how we would do normally, maybe when it all is all over, and then we do an episode for it.
Yeah.
But because they released 3 episodes, I was like, well, it's kind of like a little movie.
Yeah, it's a little glimpse of what's to come.
So I watched, I watched all 3, like, in one fucking plateful, and
it's not that long. It's like 25, probably max 25 minutes per episode.
Right,
so
right.
You can probably binge watch those 3 episodes in a day.
And even with like anime, that's also taking off the lengthy like intro and outro, which I watched anyways. So,
which I want to talk about the outro,
bro. All of that. So why grade ape? Why
grade ape?
Oh, why not saying, bro?
So you're passing the ball to my side of the court. So grade ape, and the reason I gave it grade ape for me is the story so far.
The story's the best part.
I like the animation. I like the CGI.
Yeah.
I like the characters. I love the design for Harley Quinn. Even the beginning with you. I know we don't get to see the Joker throughout the whole 3 episodes, but we do get him like right in the first episode, like the first 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And then after that, we don't really see him as much. But besides that, I do like the character designs, and it's just the story for me, man. I feel like it felt to me like a little slow start for the story. I know they crash landed, which for you guys, we're going into spoilers.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
Okay, so I know they crash landed in this whole world, and right off the bat, they don't even know where they're at. You know what I mean? So they don't even know that they were transported to a whole new world. But one of the guys kind of get the gist of it. Clayface. Like, he's like that character just fucking talks too much, bro.
Oh, my God.
And it's like about him. He's like, oh, we're in a new world. I'm going to be the main character.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, this is an isekai. And I'm just like, oh, God, bro, this is going to be the character I'm going to hate the most. He's just talking way too fast.
That's my favorite character.
That's your favorite character?
Favorite character, Clayface.
Oh, man. To me, he's just talking way too much. But I just feel like
he makes it so fun and funny. I was like, wow, this is a very funny anime. I didn't think it was gonna be this funny. I didn't think the action was gonna be this intricate and flashy and like unique.
But that's anime
in general. Yes,
in general, it's like that flashiness.
But you know, and we talk in our private life and on air pretty publicly about how DC doesn't always hit the mark with their stuff. And you didn't like the Suicide Squad, the one after the first one.
That's the second one.
And this one is more like that movie. this
like that,
anime. Like colorful and
colorful.
jokey.
It is very colorful.
Wonky and weird.
It is very colorful because I think in episode 2 when they're getting out of the jail cell,
It was like a rave.
It was like a rave, but the blood was like splashed
Like
as
paint.
like paint, like
Yeah.
graffiti or something like that.
I love this fucking anime, bro. So tell me about the story. I keep cutting you off.
Sorry, so to me the story is just I feel like it's a slow start. I
But
kind of see where they're heading with the story just from the first 3 episodes. Like I think the Suicide Squad because technically they're the second squad to be sent there.
Well, usually, like in the comics at least, any of the Suicide Squads are like, these one-off teams. They go out, do a mission, and they come back and switch up the people. And, when people die, they got to replace them. So.
That's true. So them being the second squad to arrive to this new world, I feel like maybe they took the wrong side because I think based off the mission, they're supposed to be taking over. Because I think they're there and I think they said it in the last episode that they're there for the resources.
Right. That's what Amanda Waller wants.
That's what she
wants.
wants.
But how quickly, because like you said, there's 7 more episodes.
Oh, there is more 7. And we're going to get into a little section.
As many more episodes as the episode that you saw. So how quickly did you want them to start? Because I feel like they get to it pretty quickly.
I mean, they get to the point of going into the world. I mean, I feel like there's more to explain. To me, it's all about layers. You know what I mean? I feel like the more layers there is to this world, like you kind of get a glimpse that the queen is a bitch. She don't really care for her people, but the princess seems to have like a more eye for the community, for her people, you know what I mean? There's like a part where she's just staring out into her window and she like has magic that can like zoom in.
The princess?
Yeah. So she can like zoom in and then she's like seeing how her people are starving and not getting enough food while there she has like a hot plate, doesn't eat it because she's just like, I'm not hungry. I mean, she is hungry, but she's just like, her
appetite is gone because of the sorrows of the people.
Yes. So you kind of see
a curtain for this window.
So it's like a little bit of layers, but I want like more to the actual world. Besides
getting to it,
I know we're getting into it, and that's why I gave it grade 8 because we're just getting started.
So can this ever get a Saiyan? Can it open up 3 episodes as a Saiyan?
It can. For me, it just wasn't enough for me to feel like, damn, DC and Wick, they fucking did something here.
That's how I feel, bro.
That's how you feel?
Favorite characters, favorite moments.
But I'm saying that could change. That could change. Part 2, tune in. My opinion can change. So to see it, you don't know. It might even get worse.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Well, it didn't start off pretty good for you, but for me, it started off.
I'm glad
I love
that
the character designs. I love this way the story is. I love the way they're introducing information you don't really get to see. King Shark. And, it has like when they open up or the Suicide Squad gets together, they have I didn't know who Clayface was because he's just some guy.
He's new, right?
He's new to the Suicide
Squad.
Because
I'm basing it off the old movies. The Suicide Squad 1, Suicide Squad.
Have you seen Harley Quinn on Max? Like her show?
Her show or her movie?
She has a show.
I saw her movie. I haven't seen her show.
She does have a movie with Margot Robbie, but she has a show on Max. That show is fucking hilarious.
No,
I love that show.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. So Clayface is in that show as one of her friends, and so is King Shark, but so is Poison Ivy, which it doesn't look like she's in here. But who knows?
Who knows? 7 episodes, bro.
Yeah.
Anything.
And without spoiling, they did release the cast list, and there's characters that are coming up that haven't been introduced yet. But taking it back to the thing that Clayface is, he's usually not in the Suicide Squad because he's made of clay. So unless they have a bomb that can kill him, it doesn't matter if his head blows up because he can fucking just come back.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm sure they explain it away. But no, man, the character designs, everybody. I couldn't tell that he was Clayface in the beginning, but it says his name on one of the boxes.
Afterwards.
There's a couple in the helicopter. You can see in the back. And then even like with Peacemaker, he has like a bag on his face, but for the most part,
that's my favorite character.
That's your favorite
Peacemaker,
character?
yeah.
Tell me. What?
So the reason I like Peacemaker right off the bat, I didn't even know that was Peacemaker. I was like, who is this man with the fucking bag on top of his head?
Yeah.
Like and like I said, they kind of don't introduce them right away. It's like till later that they start having like this little kind of like title design on the bottom, like Claymaker, Peacemaker, Deathshot kind of thing. Like, Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. But because Peacemaker had that bag on his face, I really did not know who the fuck that was. You know, and even the way he talks, Peacemaker talks about like peace and justice and liberty, but in his own way of like doing shit.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it was amazing. I like Peacemaker too, that show on Max.
Oh, I fucking love that, man. With John Cena.
Yeah.
Perfect. It was, I love that one actually. It was funny as fuck. Like it's just they're stupid as fuck. It's like, and his friend is hilarious in that show. Peacemaker's face, the one that just keeps getting fucking stabbed, and it's always something with that man. But back to this. So the Peacemaker on this one, I love it. I did not like the design. It was like so simple at first just because of the bag. So I didn't even know that. It wasn't until like episode 2 or 3 when they get their actual equipment.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, okay, that's Peacemaker. And he did explain why.
Outside the
uniform
outside the
too,
bag.
though. No, he's badass though. Peacemaker's badass. Bro.
All these characters,
you know,
they made him so
chokeholding
nice.
these orcs and stuff like that. I was like,
he's strong.
Damn,
bro.
yeah, he's strong as fuck, man.
Yeah.
But Peacemaker is my favorite character. I feel like he kind of stays true to the mission, and he keeps bringing up something that I almost forgot right off the bat, the fact that they have that bomb and they have 72 hours to come back.
He's like counting it by the seconds. He's like,
yes. And I feel like everybody forgot. Even the other characters totally forgot about that part of it. Yeah. And it wasn't until Peacemaker brought it up. He's like, oh, we got 20 something. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? The bomb was our next. Like, if we don't report back to that signal or whatever tower they have to go to, we're going to die. So
yeah, no, he definitely helps carry the story to like the common goal.
Yeah.
And I like how they're all like not against each other, but they don't click just because they all have bombs in their head. Like there's a scene where Clayface is trying to escape and he's like, all right, I'm going to leave you guys. So
yeah, like, I'm going to go off on my own, become the main character.
Yeah, I'll remember you. And then they fucking like rat him out. They're like, hey, he's trying to escape. And then they fucking, hold him down and put the dampeners on him. So I just love the character interactions between each other. I just love the way it's written. Anime is like starting off pretty good to me. So I love Clayface. I love the way he looks. He's got like a Michael Jackson Musin kind of.
Bro, when he gets his outfit, he got that Musin vibe on. He got that suit on. I'm like, bro, this is definitely an Isekai.
Well, because the thing about
just fucking random characters in his weird ass world.
His original, they make it look like that's the way he looks, like typically, or like
that's not normal, because I don't really know too much about Clayface.
Clayface looks like Clayface, but then if he's looking like a human, usually he's putting on like a visage type of deal. But they made it like this was him regular, and he can also do Clayface and turn into a Clayface because he can shapeshift into like anybody. So that's the thing about him being like an actor. But I guess in this one, this is how he looks. But definitely, I like the Michael Jackson vibe, and then I like Harley. She kind of has been getting better and better for me as a character. Definitely, if you haven't seen Harley Quinn on Max, I recommend it.
I'll watch it.
It's just as empowering, and she's just as intricate and like really good as a character. Besides just being like the Joker's girlfriend. So,
all right. So 2 things I wanted to bring up. I want to jump into episode 1. What did you think about the car piano?
I loved it. It's so anime.
That's right.
So anime. Like the Joker's trying to like drive. He's trying to like back up, and he has to play the backup notes. I loved it.
I thought that was pretty dope, bro. I was like, yo, that car wild, man. Like, you got to play some notes to get it driving, turn left, right, reverse, speed up. Like that was a wild ass car, bro.
Yeah,
and
Joker does usually have wild cars, and that's why like it made me realize that anything can be good. Like, because he had a Joker car in one of the Suicide Squad movies. But, and we will talk about that movie a little bit later. But I have a question for you about it. But yeah, no, I love the car.
All right. And what did you think about, this is something I've always looked forward to when they have black characters.
Okay.
Their design. So what did you think about Deadshot's design and Amanda Waller's design?
I love that. I like that they give Amanda Waller, like, I don't want to say like a JoJo, but they give her like this very power figure, but she still looks very human. Like she doesn't look like a superhero, but she definitely looks like almost like a Lex Luthor. Like she has like a good, strong design, I feel like. And then Deadshot, I think they even gave Rick Flag like dreads or braids or some shit. So I don't know. It looked good for like him being a black character. And I don't want to say iconic. Kind of reminded me of like Static Shock a little bit.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see
like very everyman as well.
Okay. Anyways, what was your question? You said you had a question.
Basically, or about the Suicide Squad. So you didn't like the original, or you didn't like the revamp but you like the original Suicide Squad?
I like the original. I just didn't like the revamp.
So for me, I feel the opposite. I don't like the original, and I do like the revamp. Anime does have a lot of callbacks to it. Like even when they all get together with Rick Flag in one of the cells, Deadshot, he's like, so what? We some side of kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, but they do that all the time. Like they talk about it like but then again, this is like a whole new world. So this is not like based off the movie Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad 2. Like it's not based off them.
Yeah, but
it's
if you've seen the original, you get a lot because even like they have a lot of references and callbacks. So this is very like it feels like made by fans or like whoever made this did their homework and they watched both of the movies, picked out their favorite scenes, watched or read the comics because there's even references to the comics.
There's even references to Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
they mentioned
the Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
it's very fun, and I feel like whoever's in charge of like putting this shit together, it is very faithful and honorable. So
and then jumping to episode 2, man. So something that to me I feel like was the funniest part was when we meet the Knight, Cecil. Bro, that man is stressing so hard. His hairline, and then they joke so hard about it too. Like his hairline is pushed back all the way.
Well, yeah, because they introduce him as like the Knights. So he's just one of the generals or whatever when the Suicide Squad meets him. But then when he goes back to the Queen, she makes it seem like he's like, the sheriff. And I'm like, that's your sheriff, bro?
He's the Knight.
Like, he's like, aren't you the guy bestowed upon by the best armor in all of the lands?
And the best sword. And
I'm like, man, you give it to this guy.
No, that man looked like he's stressing, bro. Like the Queen's putting mad pressure on him, bro.
Yeah,
she is a bitch right off the bat, bro. Because
she's strong and silent. Like, what do you think about her design? Like, she's got like the Pikachu cheeks.
It's all right, bro. I didn't pay too much attention to her. It was like, she's not there all the time. It's just like little scenes here and there. But she is like a straight up bitch right off the bat. And the fact that Cecil, her number one knight, is literally saying like, hey, maybe we should take in consideration about maybe taking these guys in with us because they did help change the outcome of that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right from the very first beginning, and she was like, "Oh, so what you're saying is like you can't handle this yourself?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after you've been bestowed with the best armor and the best sword, and you're supposed to be the best knight, so you're telling me you need help? Is that was my number one soldiers telling me? And he's like, nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, no wonder this nigga's hairline is pushed back, bro.
I know. They talk about it. They're like, in any universe, you can tell when somebody is like stressed out.
Oh, man, he's stressed the hell out. I thought that was funny as hell, man. Let me see if there's any like...
How do you feel about it being like subbed only? Because I'm not going to lie. I'm glad that it was subbed only because if it was offered in English, I might have watched the dub. The fact that it was subbed and the sub acting in this is really, really good.
No, it is. There's really
even like the orcs and everybody in this land speaks their own language as well. And they can't understand each other. Later on they do like a spell where they all can understand each other. But there's even like a scene where Rick Flag in the second episode, he's trying to speak their language because he's just heard it from being in the prisons. And he keeps calling him a stank ass, dumbass. Yeah. He's like, please. We come in peace, stank ass bitch. And he's like,
right, he's getting mad, bro.
Like, I don't think you're saying that right. He's like, no, I'm being polite.
So, because he got it from the orcs, and that's just the way the orcs talk.
Yeah, the guards around the halls.
So that was funny though.
Everything, man.
It was funny because like on that same episode when they're bestowed with the magic to learn the same language, he's like, oh, so now you know how to speak polite.
Yeah.
He's like, so you were calling me a stink ass the whole time. Oh, so now you know.
By accident though.
Right.
Yeah. So it is. I'm glad that it is subbed only, and it is actually set to broadcast in Japan on July 6th, like on their TV. So it is streaming now on Max and Hulu if you have the bundle. But
yeah,
I think that very fun and dope to see this like blow up in Japan and people, become fans of the Suicide Squad.
Another aspect of the show that I noticed is the magic. So with the magic, it seems, and this is me going into a little bit of my predictions of what the next 7 episodes going to be like. I do think that the Suicide Squad is going to learn how to use the mana there or their magic there.
Well, Clayface can already do that.
Yeah, Clayface seems to like, but I think it falls back to that mentality that he knows he's in a different world. It's like he knows what isekai really means, and like he's watched anime in that world or something like that. So he knows like he can probably start using their magic. And there was even a scene where it looked like Shark King can use it too, because Shark King swallows Cecil's sword and Cecil like summons it back and cuts his stomach open, and then he just like automatically heals.
Yeah.
But like I was like, but nobody like I don't think anybody was trying to heal Shark King. I wonder if he healed himself. But Clayface did end up coming like up to Shark King and kind of like putting some clay, I don't know what it is, like on his stomach, like a bandage or something. But I don't think he needed it because Shark King, it looked like the wound healed itself automatically. And it had like that magic aura.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
They're slowly getting into all their magic. Like in the breakout scene, Harley Quinn
grabs the bat and she seems to like be able to use it.
But she's not a metahuman either. So I thought it was because she was holding the wand. So I think it is just the world. Like they can pick up swords and magical items and maybe fuse it together. So that's where I think they are heading to. So they had to open it up very lightly. But I just love how, like what they're set up.
So I think that was one of like my predictions that in the future episodes, they're going to start to be able to use this magic or the mana around the world. Because even with
go ahead. The Joker is going to be coming back.
Well, he's definitely coming back. He's got to save his girl, bro.
I think so. I think he's going to they'll show a scene where him breaking into the studio or whatever, maybe even afterwards. But I think that he's either already in this world, fucking up someplace else, or he's just going to jump in later.
Oh, so you think he's already in there?
I kind of think he's already in there. I think he's in there fucking around, going somewhere.
I think so too, because we got introduced to Katana.
Yeah.
And she was in the beginning, in the first episode, and then we see her come back in the 3rd episode towards the last part. So she's like in that world with them too.
Right.
So maybe you're right. Maybe Katana was sent out to find the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. Because maybe she was going after Harley Quinn, but maybe not.
Yeah. What did you think about on the 3rd episode? Another funny part to me was the whole rat catcher scene where Deadshot was like, "Hey, homie."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you, man." He's like, "What's up, homie?"
You should call yourself rat catcher if you want to be tough in this prison. And then he like fucking tricks the guards in his hand like, this guy watches rat porn. Like, you don't want to mess with him. And he's weird. And he thinks that he's helping, but he's actually like bullying.
Bullying rat catcher. I thought that was hilarious. But I feel like Ratcatcher's name should be changed to like Wolf Tamer, because that's what he ends up like doing. So again, normally his powers, he can manipulate and talk to rats, right?
Right.
But the fact that now he's in this new world, I'm assuming that he's adjusting his match or his power to the mana, because now he can like tame wolves and he can even like bulk them up.
Yeah.
So like there's more things that he can do now. And I think, and that's where I'm saying like my prediction is that they're going to start implementing the world's magic and kind of give it to the characters.
I think so.
So maybe we might see Harley Quinn fucking doing some magic, just using her bat, or Deadshot using some magical shots or something like that, where maybe he doesn't have to use bullets.
Yeah, maybe.
So I thought, but that whole Ratcatcher thing was like, "What's up, homie?" He's like, "I guess you guys weren't really friends, huh?"
Well, he keeps saying, he's like, "Oh, I have homies here." I'm like, "Homies? You don't have any homies here."
So I thought that was pretty funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and then like they fucking teared up that whole little castle thing, and then Cecil was like, "What the fuck, man? Like that is our castle. It was just taken over. We were taking it back." He's like, "Yeah, man, you just gotta clean it up, call the construction crew, refix it. It's all good." Yeah, man. But that definitely for me was one of the couple of funny things from those episodes. You wanted we did mention about the intro and the outro. Is there something you liked specifically? Because I know there's something about the outro that kind of got me.
So for the intro, I did watch it the first time. The second time I did skip it, but it's like a really good song, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of more of the outro, but what is it? The intro for Mashle season 2, like how it's like funky and funny, but also like a banger of a song. So
I don't know. I'm trying to recall the intro, bro. Being honest, but maybe I skipped it too many times. But the outro is what got me. Like seeing freaking Amanda Waller do her little
dance,
bing bong dance. Like I thought that was.
And she had like a JoJo's, like she kept touching her face, and she was like, you know,
oh yeah, the poses,
all of it. I mean, so the opening. For me, openings, and I kind of wanted to do an episode on openings, but I kind of don't really have enough information to make it like a full episode. The opening does give you like almost like a full look at the whole season or what's coming up in a very artistic way. Mm-hmm. And then when these things do happen, it's the same intro. Then you can see, oh, wow, that's the part that they meant, you know, or that the part that they like alluded to or whatever. So the opening is done by Tomoyasu Hote. Mm-hmm. So they are most notable for doing the song like in Kill Bill that goes bum bum bum. That's the artist or the band or whatever that does that song. So the outro video, yes, all the dancing in it. It reminded me that it is more like the Suicide Squad and not Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
which, you know,
I would love to see Kill Bill animated.
I think they do have. I remember I had on my PSP some anime Kill Bill.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean, in Kill Bill, they also dip into anime.
Yeah, they dip into anime.
No. I think
when they do a backstory for one of the characters.
I think they have like a spin-off side, not a full 10 episode anime, but
hey man, but there's still more to be desired with this anime. Like I said, it's only 3 episodes so far as this recording.
Yeah.
Part 2 is gonna come up, so we're definitely doing a part 2 where we're gonna do the finale and watch the next 7 episodes, and then we'll finally give you our overall review on this new DC anime.
I ranked it a Saiyan. So in the future, when Lewis changes his answer to Saiyan, just know I knew from the beginning.
It was a Saiyan. Hey, you never know, man.
It could go down. It could like fizzle out, but I don't see it doing like that, bro. I think it's pretty nice.
You think it'll hold up?
I think it'll hold up.
All right,
just because they are introducing things kind of slow, but very nice.
All
like
right.
I don't need to see Killer Shark in the beginning. I like the way that they introduced it. I don't need to see Peacemaker in his costume from the beginning. I like the way that they introduced it.
Okay.
Like and everything.
All right, man. Well, hey, that's what you like. We'll see you in part 2. So tune in for part 2 coming in the future. And like I want to say, man, thank you, normies, for tuning back into your favorite anime review. Always hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Don't forget to click the naughty button so you're aware of when hot fire is being dropped, my boy. And then check our podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Leave a comment below if you agree with us or disagree with anything we say. And like we say at the end of every review,
tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Spinoff Review.
Part 2 coming soon.